Hello. Hi, hi, hi. Ooh, I feel like this is a juicy topic. Hello, hello. Let me share this really quick. Hey, hey. Can't see who's here. Say hi in the comments so I can say hi to you. I'm just sharing this really quick and then I'll be right with you. Do you love the topic? Do you see the topic? Okay. It is shared. Thanks for your patience. Hello, who's here? Hey, Susan. Okay. I shared this one all over because I feel like this is a really powerful topic, and I feel like most good heart-centered people who are here to bring their gifts to the world struggle with this or are lacking a clarity on this that will really support them to go to the next level. And that is really when amazing, incredible people show up, people with like tough stories or people that like you would love to support and love to help, like what to do when they can't afford your program, and or how to show up in a way where you're truly loving and like you're really giving back to the world and like you're making a massive impact to the world, knowing that there's people out there who choose that they can't afford the program, and then how can you still love on them and how can you always get paid your worth, even showing up in a really heart-centered place where you're loving on your audience. Can I get an amen on this? Is anybody wondering about this topic? Say hi in the comments. I can't see who's here. I just like to know who's here. If you're new, please tell me you're new or this is your first time so I can come say hi to you. If you're my tribe, say hi and send me some love. If you're on the replay, hashtag replay. Hi, Carrie. Hey, who else is here? Hey, Heather. How are you, girl? I still love your profile picture, Heather. Love it. Jamie, hi, girl. Oh, this is gonna be so juicy. I'm excited. Hopefully the landscapers don't get too loud. Okay, so tell me, have you ever heard of feeling, like have you experienced the feeling of, I want to help everybody. There's all these people who can't afford to opt in at the high level, but I want to be paid as a high level coach. Hi, Janet. Hi, Mom. And if you're my mother, yes, true. Send love. A woman. Oh, I like that, Janet. Nice, nailed it. Okay, so tell me in the comments, and if it's not that exact feeling, what is the feeling that you've experienced around this? Around the tension of, I want to help people, I also want to get paid excellent for my services, and how do I do both? How do I help and love on people, leave an impact, and also charge the prices that I'm worth? Yes. Okay, so it might be a slight variation for different people. There might be a little bit of a variation on what version of that you feel, but it'll be a variation of that, and for sure, okay? Now this happens to me all the time, right? So there'll just be these incredible, amazing people, moms, people that have gone through tons of shit, and the first thing that they'll say is like, I can't afford your program. And I basically expect a lot of people to say that because we live in the mindset of I can't afford it. But here's the thing. I remember when I was making, it doesn't matter whether it was my first investment or it was the one that I just made the other day, hiring 3 new people to my company. It's the same exact feeling. So when I'm focused on where I'm going and getting to the next place, like my intention, like I wake up, the reason I'm driven in my business is to support people and help them to get to the next level. So I'm aware that there are people out there who feel like they can't invest in the programs. I used to feel bad. I used to feel like, oh, maybe I'm being selfish, maybe I'm being greedy, maybe I'm maybe I shouldn't charge. Maybe I should have like some kind of flexible pricing. Maybe I should barter things, right? None of that works. Like not that it doesn't work. None of that was in integrity or alignment with me. And here's why. Here's why. Somebody might have a different journey, but here's why it's not in integrity to me to do that. The greatest thing that ever happened to me, and to this day happens to me, is the times and the moments when I have put myself in a position where I'm required to show up. So if I'm thinking to myself, oh, I may or may not show up very well for this program, I'm going to hire this person, and I may or may not show up very well, which I did when I was building my business, right? Like I hired team members, and I'm just going to say this really bluntly. In the beginning, with the exception of Susan, who has lasted the test of time and now is like my right go-to, like she's the team leader in my business and everything. But that was even further along. In the beginning, the first few people that I hired people that were a little bit messy because I was afraid if I hired A players, they would get pissed at me and they'd be like, oh, Mandy, you show up all crazy and shitty in your business. And they would be like mad at me and I'd feel the tension and I'd feel bad. So I didn't hire people that showed up with excellence in the beginning of my business, right? So it's the same. It's like if I think maybe I'll do the work, maybe I'll get the results. So based on looking at my past and how I've shown up in the past, based on maybe getting results, is this investment worth it for me? The first thing if the answer is no, like, well, I'm not really sure how I'll show up, I'm not sure if I'll get results, then you'll be like, I can't afford it. That's the first thing out of people's mouths. So for you to understand and know, when your people say that to you, they're just doubting themselves. They doubt that they're going to be able to show up and make it happen. Because let me just tell you, if it was a different conversation, I used this example earlier, if the conversation was, your best friend is going to die this month if you don't come up with the same amount of money, let's say it was $2,000. If you don't come up with that $2,000, they're going to die. You would come up with the $2,000 and you wouldn't be worried about, well, what's going to happen the following month or what happens if I fail or what happens. You wouldn't think about none of that. You'd be so singular focused, you would make it happen. Now, that might feel dramatic to some people, but that level of showing up, that level of focus, that level of like there is no other option. I'm doing this. Like, that's it. I will do this. That's it. I'm unavailable for anything less, is available for you. If you're capable of doing it under any circumstance, you're capable of doing it right fucking now. You hear me? You're capable of it right now. Now, that means so are your clients, because we don't hold our clients as small. I'm not like, well, I'll do it and I'll invest big, but I don't trust that my clients will. That's not how we are. We don't believe that. We see what's available for them and we see what they are able to do. Now, I went through a season of having to generate any income for even the first payment of an investment that I made in the beginning of my business, and it's the greatest thing that ever happened to me. So when someone really incredible and powerful who's going through so much stuff is in front of me saying I can't afford it, I feel nothing but, here's your fucking moment. Here it is. You're going to show up and you're going to shift to that other level where it's like, I'm unavailable for anything but making this happen, or you're not, and there is no right or wrong. You get to do whatever you want, but I'm really clear what's available for them. I'm really clear. I'm the wrong one to spin that shit to because I've been there, done that, and I know what's available. I know the new level that we can show up at. Now, what everybody wants to know when I teach this is basically, well, okay, I can see that if it was some emergency, I would show up differently, I would do things differently. But it's not an emergency and I don't have that kind of motivation to show up to that level right now. And like, I can't magically have motivation that I don't have. And I agree with that. You can't magically have motivation that you don't have. But what you can do is get really clear what you actually care about. Why do you want to do this any damn way? Why are you doing this? Why am I doing this? Why am I going to show up on this live today and have this conversation with my people and be present in this sticky conversation with people and spend my time here and let you guys know about the program that I have coming up, and then be present with my clients in the program and show up every day and support them and like relentlessly every single day showing up? Why? I don't feel like I have to. I don't have to. I could just have my high-level programs. I don't have to do any of this shit, right? I don't feel like something bad's gonna happen if I don't. I don't feel like I'm a bad person if I don't. All I really feel is that I just want to help. I want to help people. I want to help the people out there who are gonna say, fuck it, I'm doing this. I'm all in. I'm going to do this. I'm here. and I'm available, and I'm creating strong containers for you, and I'm calling your ass to more, and I'm rewiring shit for you, and I'm helping you understand how your nervous system and your body works, and I'm calling you, right? Because you're the same as me. We are the exact fucking same. And I'm consistently surrounding myself by people calling me. And this is just what we do. We just get together and we do fucking life together. But my why, I do show up in life. I actually do show up often. Definitely not always. So not always. Sometimes I'm messy as fuck. But I often show up in a way that's, you would think there's some kind of emergency going on. And the reason that I do isn't because I have some magical discipline. I really don't. I'm not very much of a disciplined person, actually. I hire people who will require me, right? I put myself in positions where I'm required to show up more. Some people are like, I don't like the pressure of that. I don't like, well, who the fuck does? Nobody likes that pressure. I get it. I don't like the pressure. But what I do like is when I learn to handle the pressure with ease. I like when I put myself in a position where I'm required to show up. And then when I'm in that position and I'm freaking out, my nervous system is freaking out, I learn to shift. I learn to adjust to this new level. My nervous system comes and adjusts to this new level. I like how that feels. That feels savvy. It feels badass. It feels powerful. It feels like I'm leaving an impact. It feels like I'm proud of myself. It feels like I'm going to go to, like when I'm 95 and I die, I'm going to feel like I showed the fuck up in life. Like, I like it. I don't like how it feels when I'm uncomfortable in it. Nobody does. But we don't avoid it. We step right into that shit and we learn to adjust to it. It's like getting in the water. It's cold, all of a sudden you adjust to it. So does your nervous system adjust to everything. Do you see what I'm saying? So when I have a client who's this really incredible person, or a potential client, not a client, right? Who's this incredible person, and they can't afford my services, my job is to skillfully learn how to reflect back to them what's available for them without making it about me. It ain't about me. It ain't about like, oh, I'm drawing in the wrong people. Oh, I'm the... What is the other dumb shit we tell ourselves? Like, I'm just trying to think of stuff. I'm in the wrong niche. I live in the wrong place. I need to revamp my sales page. These are all the silly things that we tell ourselves, right? Make sure you're done in 15 minutes. Oh my God, I already love you. This is my trainer that I just hired. What did I just tell you guys? I put myself in a position where I have no choice but to show up. I hired this man to nag me relentlessly. So he is. Oh, that's awesome. You should also do teaching on pressure. Yeah, I should. Okay, so here's the other thing. This isn't just like they want to buy your stuff but can't afford it. Your job is not to accommodate them. Your job is to reflect back to them what's available for them and reflect back to them that it's possible for them so that they can show up for themselves. Don't be afraid for someone to put themselves in a position of pressure, because we grow in pressure. They will move to the next level just like you do. Just like you do, just like I do. If I'm doing it, I know you're doing it because we're the same. And if you're doing it, they're doing it because you're the same. But if your energy when you show up with your clients is like, oh, sorry, I hope that's not loud. If your energy when they're like, I can't afford it, it's like, oh my God, all these clients that can't afford it, and my people can't afford stuff. If that's your energy, then it's like they're getting away with it, right? They're getting away. They're gonna try. We're human beings. We get away with everything that we can get away with. That's just human nature. That's not something that that is weird. Hi, Vanessa. Hi, New York. Yes, he's the trainer I just hired. Okay, now I'm just gonna shift this into one more thing. Now that's when a client comes to you. Our job isn't to accommodate them and then feel bad about ourselves and then wonder if we're being a good person. We're fucking good people because we decided we're good people. I decided I'm going to be a good person. That's what I've decided. Therefore, I am, right? You actually have to decide to be a shitty person in order to be a shitty person, right? It's like, you know you're being a shitty person, right? So, you're good. That's not even a question. Like, that is so ridiculous. Like, can we just release that one? Can we be done with that one? Like, never again. If that one pops up ever again, we can just like, it's gone, fart in the wind, right? So, they're coming to you. They have a money story. Most people do. Almost everybody unanimously does. And our job is to reflect back to them what's available for them and to not let it be about us. To actually just see a human being in front of me who's doubting themselves and doubting their ability to show up, and they're taking what was in the past. Like, all I know is I showed up this way. They don't know what it's like to have your level of support. They don't know what it's like to have a whole tribe of people loving on them and doing life with them and celebrating them. Like, they have no clue. And they just see it as another, like, oh, another thing I have to show up and do, and then I'll be disappointed in myself again. And they don't want to feel that, right? It's not about you. We get to watch this human being doubt in themselves and not believe in themselves and be present and create a container where when they decide I'm fucking backing myself, I believe in myself, I'm done with this shit, there's a container they can step into. And that's the container you have available for them. The funds is just, coming up with the funds is evidence of how committed you are to doing this and how much you believe in yourself and how much you've shifted. That's all the funds is. It's never about the money, never. If you would show up to save your mom's life and you would show up and make the 2K to save your mom's life, then you can make the 2K, end of story. You can't lie to yourself about this anymore, right? I know, this is the like, you wanna know how I talk to myself? This is how I talk to myself. Mandy, we are not lying to ourselves no more. We're done with this. We're done with these stories. If you would do it for your kids, then you're capable of doing it, so you're going to do it. That's it. That's it. We're done with the rest of it. We're just done, right? So I call myself out, and then I create a container, right? So I put myself in a position where I can't turn back from it, and then I let myself freak out, and I let myself cry, and I let myself try to make it somebody else's problem. I let myself try to get out of it, and then I have no choice but to show up to it. Now I've adjusted to this new level, right? Now I'm adjusted. Now, when you watch your clients go through that, you will never feel like you leaving, like you will never feel like more of I'm doing a good job, I'm leaving an impact in this world. That is being a powerful human being on this planet. Versus like, oh, I feel bad charging them money. You're making it all about you, right? Every time I've ever done that, I made it about me. It was because I felt like I wanted to be a good person so bad. And I didn't want to cross some kind of line where I felt like a bad person, because that's the worst feeling ever for me. I hate that feeling, so I would back off and I would make it about me instead of serving the person in front of me, which is like, nope, I'm sorry, I believe in you, I know this is available for you. Let's get fucking clever and come up with this and push it to the next level, right? Oh, I love you too, girl. Okay, so that's when a client wants to join one of your programs and can't afford it. That is a powerful way to show up. Now, the other thing is, like, let's say you have a client that you're already working with, and they're freaking out because they're like, oh, I'm spending all this money and I'm not getting results. It's the same thing. Oh, what if I can't pay my rent this month? What if I can't make the bills? What if I can't? And I have clients who are like, I might not be able to make my rent this month. Like, let's come up with a plan. And they're not in that frantic energy. And then there's other clients who get into that frantic energy. I have been the client in the frantic energy multiple times, right? Until I just learned how to not be frantic anymore. That's okay. It's okay if we're frantic. It's not bad to be frantic. What your job is when you have a client that is frantic and doing that is experiencing the human condition. Your role is to reflect back to them what is possible for them. It's not to relieve the pressure. It's not to justify. It's not to defend yourself, because you're not responsible for your client's results at all. You know what you were responsible for? You were responsible for not buying into their bullshit, believing the story, right? And then creating a container when they decide to believe in themselves and back themselves, here's the container. It's here, it's ready, it's for you. Whenever you're ready, here it is. That's your job. And it's the same thing when they're already in their arena and then they're doing it for 3 months and then all of a sudden they start freaking out because they thought it was supposed to look a certain way and they're not surrendered and they're trying to control it and they're thinking it has to look like this or else all bad things are going to happen. We reflect back what's possible for them. Reflect back what's possible for them. It has nothing to do with you. Nothing. Ooh, experienced that before. Yes. And I feel like this is naturally, of course, going to be a pain point of ours because we love people and we want to help people and we want to be present and there for them, but it does not help them for you to buy into their bullshit. It does not help them. We're not helping people when we buy into their bullshit. And like, I got checked on this with my own son. Like, ooh, I'm buying into some bullshit over here. I just learned about my daughter. She was crying, wanting to come home from school, and another teacher grabbed her hand and took her off, and I was like, thank you. And then Bailey was fine all day, and I was hesitating all day, like, ooh, I left her, she was crying, she had a bellyache, like, what if I was wrong? We buy into people's bullshit, right? But our job as a coach, our job is as a leader, our job as a teacher is to not buy into their bullshit. And for us to do the work where we're having a clear, we have enough support, we have enough of the fundamentals coming in, and we're in a strong, healthy position where we're not being knocked over by our clients' stuff because they're allowed to have shit. My clients know you can come to me with all your turds and they can be rolled in sparkles or they can just be all in its natural glory. It doesn't matter to me. I want your shit to come out because how else are we going to clean it up? There's nothing wrong with being fucking messy and having that experience and freaking out and doing all the messy things. That's what we're here for. The problem is when us, the thought leaders, when us, the people who are here to impact and change the world, don't hold the vision for our clients and we slip into believing into the bullshit and believing it's about money. Does this make sense? It can be very painful when we feel like we're being greedy and we only care about the money, we're not helping people. That is a painful experience. I'm guaranteeing everybody here has experienced that because we all continue to check to see if our values are in place, if our integrity is in place, and we will only stray so far from our values before we snap back and we feel that tension and we run for the hills. So my intention is for you to be able to clear that blockage for you this time and to feel settled in the place where you know. And it applies for us too, right? Like, so for me, this is how I show up for my clients. It doesn't get about me. Their excuses don't faze me. I love them. They're allowed to be messy as fuck. Doesn't matter, because I know they'll scale right through it. I do this for myself. I leap before I'm ready. I put myself in situations where my nervous system is freaking out. That's the only way to grow. If you don't want your nervous system to freak out, you only get to stay the same. That's it, right? And then I allow myself, this is what I do. I feel the tension, I feel the fear, and I let myself feel it, and I surrender to how it feels. Like, oh, this is what it feels like. Okay, I thought it was gonna look like this. I thought it was gonna be like that. It looks like this instead. Surrendering. I allow the emotions to pass. I allow myself to feel the emotions, right? Okay, and then the emotions pass. Then I feel that resistance to growing to the next level. I'm trying to grow, I'm trying to get to that next level, and I feel a resistance to going there, right? And so I allow, I just allow the resistance. I allow that to pass. I allow the feeling to pass. I allow the resistance to pass, the resistance to growing, right? And I allow myself to grow. And as I'm growing, I feel myself strengthening and getting stronger, and I'm getting stronger. And my word is savvy. I feel savvy. I now know I have become a woman who now knows how to handle that situation as well. Now I've adjusted. I used to freak out and I didn't know how to handle that. Now I know how to handle it with ease. I have grown. I have become more savvy. Or I could have avoided that and thought something was wrong, right? So don't be afraid to put yourself in a position where you don't know how it's all going to work out. You just know how to make that one step in front of you. That is everything, because you put yourself in that one step in front of you and you're required to show up bigger, and you will become that human being. You will become the person, which was always the whole point. Does that make sense? This is great. I was supposed to hear this today. It's not about us. Yes, it's not about us. The byproduct is we always get to have everything we want. And by the way, in order to be in the kind of state where your client's shit isn't knocking you on your ass, where their excuses and their messiness doesn't affect us, and you're able to just love them and just see their experience and just love them so big that they just keep expanding, is by giving ourselves what we need, right? It's by giving ourselves what we need. Do you know what you need in order to be in a state of overflow and in order to be a state of happy? Do you have the tribe that you want? Do you have mentors leading you? Do you feel like you have a community and a place where you're hearing what you need to hear to build those strong foundations? And do you have people that are cheering you on? We need people tracking with us and being like, shit, you did that. Like, that was hard. I watched you do this. Like, that is fucking amazing. We need that. We need that. We're meant to be seen and do life with each other. We're pack animals. Call them forward to what is possible. 100%, 100%, 100%. And it relieves all the tension that we feel about the other things, and like the messiness and the stickiness, and I need to learn how to say this. No, you don't have to learn shit. You hold that energy and your client's gonna feel it. They're gonna feel the possibility rather than the hesitation or the messy stickiness, right? Okay, I do have to go. I'm scheduled for a nap. My trainer knows I'm on this call. Okay. So, if you are looking to do this kind of work consistently, I have created a year-long experience where we're doing this every single week, and we're just remembering the fundamentals, and we're doing it with each other, and it's a tribe feel. It's like family. We're doing this together. We're truly like in it. I'm tracking you. I'm there with you. I'm giving you feedback. I'm doing this whole thing with like literally the whole time. You're not getting dropped in somewhere off on the planet. I'm in it with you. Like, we're going to be doing life together. You're going to become friends with the other people in the group. And I'm going over the most powerful concepts and transformational rewires and ways of thinking and how-tos and resources that I have ever learned in this entire journey. And I'm doing that every single week. Now, the name of this isn't to it's awesome. It's awesome when we get to hear the new concepts. I do love hearing the new concepts. And on the page, oh, sorry. I'm not sure if my team's still on. The page is mandyperry.com/happy experience. Oh, Susan dropped it. Thanks, Susan. My throat's a little dry. You can, even on that page, the description page, I show you powerful concepts, stuff that we've already gone over, that the girls are getting massive results. You'll see that these girls got massive results 15 days in, let alone a year. Are you kidding me? So you're gonna see all that, but I want you to hear, this is about implementing. This is about a steady reminder of the things that truly matter so that we can create a tribe of people that we're doing life together, maximum results for our clients, and we're growing and expanding. We're actually getting the results that we're looking for. Every area of our life is updating as we go and up-leveling and up-leveling and up-leveling as we go, and we're enjoying the process and we're doing life with other people, and we're actually implementing all of those things, you little smart learner you, that you've learned that you've never actually fully implemented into your life. That's what we're doing. So can you imagine when you're actually implementing all these things that you learned, what your life is going to look like? This is going to be the most life-changing thing of your entire life, maybe besides having a kid or getting married, or maybe a couple other things. It's going to change your life. You're never gonna feel more loved and more taken care of and more like people see you and understand you, and you're not gonna ever experience the kind of transformation that you're gonna experience in here. Like, this is absolutely next. It's unreal levels of support, unbelievable levels of support. Every single client that is in this energy thrives, period, end of story. I'm getting clients, I'm making money, I'm having better relationships, I'm feeling myself emotionally mature, I'm not freaking out as much, I'm not lashing out as much, I'm starting to understand myself better, I'm feeling more savvy, I'm feeling stronger, I'm showing up bigger, I'm showing up better for my children. You just thrive in this kind of container. And I have worked so hard to become the woman who can create this kind of a powerful container and love on you and serve you this big and give this kind of time and attention to people. And I created it to be a 1K a month investment, and then I literally just cut it in. I kind of dropped a lot on you guys. So let me know what came up for you. If you feel like you got value in this video, please share so we can reach the other people and serve them. That would mean a lot to me. And yeah, let me know what comes up for you and keep me informed below so I can track with you guys. I love you. Have a great day.